The XFL has laid the Smackdown on Dwayne Johnson's bank account. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And The Rock it's a good job he's got a lot of money, because he is reporting $60 million down the drain with XFL coming back in its first season since The Rock took over. And that is a lot of money to lose.
It is a lot of money to lose. And I tell you what, I don't know why The Rock took it on. It's almost like he took it on because, like...
Well, he got it dirt cheap, let's be real, like...
No, he got it, aye, but it's irrelevant now because he's lost 60 million. Doesn't matter how cheap you got it. If you're losing 60 million a season, that's pish.
Well, McMahon's lost more, so...
aye,
McMahon lost it all, but...
I think McMahon's got anything in play, though, like here...
If it breaks this, I get it back or something?
Yeah, I think he does.
Anyway, over the weekend it was reported by numerous outlets that Dwayne Johnson's XFL lost an estimated $60 million. So, yeah, I mean, that ain't good. $60 million. I mean, no matter how rich you are, that's probably going to put a dent in your value and your your worth, I would believe.
The Rock, no, he should have did. He should have did this in, like, Europe. UK.
Yeah, to try and grow the sport of American football.
I don't get what...
I just don't think... No, I completely agree with you. I think if this happened in Europe, I think this would have been a good alternative to American football. But you're bringing this... And things like this just don't really work in American sports. Especially when you think of the history and the prestige that the American sports have. Like the MLB,
like
NBA...
extreme football. Like soccer.
Yeah,
Yanks, damn it.
You know, it's just, it doesn't work, but they've tried it. I do think it would have been better if they'd done it outside of America, and it could have been more successful that way, and it could have helped expose the American football game to the rest of the world, rather than bringing the XFL to a country that just knows NFL. They don't want to know XFL. XFL in wrestling terms is like a fucking indie. It's like a job, it's like a Ring of Honor in NFL's WWE.
WWE in football. Nah.
No, but that's what it's like.
Remember that promo?
I do, but in comparison, it's like XFL is like Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Aye, literally.
A load of nothing. So, The Rock's response was...
if anyone's good in XFL, you just feel like they'd get poached for the NFL.
Yeah, so The Rock's response to the whole XFL losing money was, quote, "I've tried to tell him this his whole life, but he's never listened to me. I played the long game in business. XFL is no exception. We saw some nice successes and took some L's in our first season that we learned from. 75 to 100,000 XFL players will be competing in NFL camps this fall. That's a big number that will continue to grow season over season. We're in it for the long haul, step by step, building the league of opportunity. Like any venture, success takes time. Thanks, XFL fans, for the love and support." End of quote. Almost like The Rock was talking in third person there.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it was The Rock talking to Dwayne, or was it Dwayne talking to The Rock? But either way, it was like...
You know what he needs to do? You need to go out and give, like, Patrick Mahomes $1 billion. Like, Mond into the Extreme Falconers or something, whatever they're called. I don't know.
I just feel like the XFL would have worked more back in the day. McMahon wanted to get the wrestling involvement. He wanted to have wrestlers like actually be like coaches and shit like this and be on the teams. And like, I mean, can you imagine that? You're tuning in to watch American football. Oh, whose team are you going to cheer for? Austin's or Undertaker's? It's like
it works a bit more.
Yeah, it's like
it's just The Rock, but he's not actually there. Can't be every match.
It's like a substandard NFL. It's just like an NFL, but without any good players.
Exactly.
And I just don't really see the long-term goal.
If it didn't work in 2001, it's not going to work now.
I agree, and I think the only reason why it could have worked, and the reason it was a little bit successful, was because of the tie it had with wrestling, and the fact that back then wrestling was fucking booming, and wrestling was mega popular. I mean, you look at it, and even then, you could argue maybe it came like a year or two too late back then. But, I mean, you look at now, it doesn't really have any ties to wrestling anymore. And to be fair, that might be a good thing. Because I don't see how having ties to current wrestling would help NFL or XFL.
No, exactly. And now, I mean, all ties to wrestling's been cut. Because The Rock's known as an actor now, not wrestling. So, that's... Unless he's going to do a Fast and Furious tie-in.
I mean, the only tie XFL has to WWE is the fact that both their ratings are in the fucking toilet.
That's it.
So there you go, guys. Both companies absolutely suck. How much more money will The Rock waste on the X? Just come back, Rocky. WrestleMania 40. You know you want to. Rock versus Roman. WWE Undisputed title and the XFL on the line. Winner takes all. Winner takes all.
God damn it.
McMahon comes out, interferes. McMahon cashes in. He wins the WWE Undisputed title and he wins the XFL. How could that be? People talk about Seth Rollins' heist of the century. McMahon could easily beat that.
Come on, McMahon.
I just don't know if he'd be able to run down to the ring as quick as Seth Rollins could. But anyway, guys.
He'll be able to run quicker on his fucking arms.
That's it. Till next time. Peace.